anytime you think you've heard a new fad diet or there's a new fad out there that's gonna work this time, I'm here to tell you that that's not true. They've been around for hundreds of years and they've been debunked multiple times in the past, but they just keep recycling through as the new thing. So what's popular right now? Fasting, right? So listen, this guy named Lord Byron back in 1820 suggested that to maintain a thin frame you should fast and then actually binge eat, and then, and this is what's really funny, drink vinegar in your water every morning. And then, of course, we've got our famous low carb, right? In 1825, yeah, that long ago, they were saying that the only way you could lose weight was to go low carb. And they said that if you're fat, you're not allowed to eat potatoes or starches. In 1830, a guy named Dr. Gustav Zander then promoted a belt that would jiggle your fat off. If you wore it and it jiggled your fat, you would start to ooze fat. Between about 1905 and 1930, we've got our first influencers. So there was this guy named Horace Fletcher, who was an art dealer of all things, who wanted to lose weight. And what he promoted doing was basically an eating disorder, which was chewing your food 32 times until it became liquid and then spitting out the rest. Now he did this and it became popular because then Rockefeller, and then this guy John Kellogg, who's the owner of Kellogg's cereal, started doing it, and it became popularized because all of these infamous people at the time were doing this diet, and they called it Fletcherism because Horace Fletcher is the person who started it. Then we've got juice cleanses and water with lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup that you were supposed to drink 12 times a day. That was popular in the 1930s, popularized by Hollywood. All of those sound super familiar to me, and they were popularized all throughout the 1800s and early 1900s. And then listen, in the 1950s, scientists in the UK straight up said, they did research and they were like, look, none of these things work. They're harmful. They called them heartless, unrealistic, and out of date. And that was in the 1950s. If they were out of date then, they're not gonna work now.